Hey everybody, Truth Dog here, internet's favorite dog, back at it with another crazy video. Just up front, I want to mention that I posted a video yesterday, how the media depicts truthers, right? The only reason I'm telling you is because it seems that nobody knows about it. I mean, it's a normal video, except it's doing about as well as one of my songs, which is not good, not good. I'm just going to show you just how well it's performing. And it's like, yeah, it's low on comments and likes, you know, engagements or whatever they call them. But it's also low on views. And I would assume that, like, I wouldn't have been surprised if it didn't get that many likes because of what's in it. I'm not going to tell people what's in it. I want you to watch the video. YouTube doesn't want you to watch it, so maybe that'll entice you. It's kind of like a too hot for TV kind of thing. Too hot for YT. But yeah, I would assume that, like, okay, maybe it didn't get many likes because people watched it and didn't like what I had to say, but no one even looked at it, so it wouldn't even make sense that, like, people... I'd understand if it had a lot of views and not many likes, but it has not many likes and a pretty good amount of views, so I think it was a good video. I put a lot of effort into it. Go check it out. But yeah, like I said, see, like, here's a song, one of my songs, which no one's here for, right? No one really. No one subscribed to my songs is what I'm trying to say. And that has 271 views 4 days ago. Whereas this one yesterday, it only has that. And, you know, the likes are very similar ratio. And, like, this is what a normal video for me lately gets, like 80 to 100 views and about 700 likes on views on average. 700 likes, I wish. About 700 views on average. Whereas this one's only got barely 300. I did a community post as well, just telling people about it. And I don't know if YouTube is sharing my community posts. Because only one person noticed that. I did it before when I posted that video. That only got 2 likes. I'm not expecting likes or anything on community posts. I'm just saying it didn't help whatsoever. So I'm pretty sure the video was shadow banned. I know that after I finished the video, I went for a celebratory walk. Nearly said something, a celebratory wank. That's what this video is. I went for a walk after doing the video because it was a pain in the ass to edit. It was the whole way through making this darn thing that no one watched. It was a pain in the ass, right? The editing, the filming, camera kept friggin' effing up, so I had to redo takes. Then I had to edit, and the editing software kept effing up. It took a whole day to edit. Literally crashed my computer. When I finally finished it, I went for a walk and there was a helicopter waiting for me right outside my house. It just fucking circled me on my walk. I would have gotten it on camera, but I don't normally take my phone with me because I don't like being tracked, but I guess it doesn't matter because they know where I am at all times anyway. And so, you know, I just smiled and waved at them and gave them thumbs up and all that sort of stuff. You don't want, you know, that's how, like, Lucian works. That's what they want you to get, is annoyed and upset when they know that you know they're doing something to annoy you. The best thing is to turn the tables. I mean, mockery is the best thing you can do to a psychopath. But it's kind of hard to mock a helicopter. So I just tried to kill it with kindness, and hopefully that worked. I was hoping to smile so hard the damn thing fucking crashed. But anyway, so yeah, there we go. Just a little bit of housekeeping. So go watch that video. After you finish watching this one and liking and commenting on this video, be sure to check out my last one, How the Media Depicts Truthers. Okay, so one thing I wanted to throw in here just to waste your time is something I've noticed on my own. That when I was researching sociopaths and psychopaths, it was like splitting hairs. It was really like, well, this one's like this and the other's the same, but... And it's just this kind of thing that they do all the time in the medical industry, which is run by psychopaths. They say that only 1% of people are psychopaths, which is bullshit, but you could understand that an industry run by psychopaths would have a vested interest in protecting their own. It's sort of like gaslighting too, that if, you know, it's so rare to come across a psychopath, even though you come across a piece of shit all the time, you just give them the benefit of the doubt, so it works out for them. You know, the amount of times that people, especially before they wake up, run into a psychopath and just assume, well, that guy must have had a bad day. That guy must have had a really traumatic childhood or something. It's like, no, they're not the ones that had the traumatic childhood. They're the ones that caused the traumatic childhoods for the most part. I mean, there are such things as secondary psychopaths, but it's basically all on a spectrum, which is what we'll be looking at here. I want to show a psychopath test. And yeah, the spectrum comes from the fact, I believe, that because reptilians have been breeding with humans for so long, that we all have some reptilian DNA in us, which is psychopathic DNA, on a spectrum similar to autism, where most people have, especially these days, are becoming more and more introverted, more and more socially inept. It's just because, you know, certain things are being injected into them, and that you know, interacts with the DNA. So if you got it, your kid will have a bit of it, and especially if they get another, you know what, that sort of thing. So it's all on a spectrum, and the medical industry, mental health industry, tends to complicate things, which is just like fake intellectualism. It's to make them seem smarter than you. So psychopaths are very good at rote memorization. So they learn all these big words, complicated words, and they throw all these words at you, and you assume just because they have this degree on the wall, all these fancy books that, you know, of course they've read, and they're saying all these big words that you just immediately, you're like, well, I don't know what he's saying, he must be smarter than me, so you just agree with it. The other reason that they complicated this sociopath psychopath thing, which, like I said, I do believe they're the same thing. I think a sociopath is just a psychopath that hasn't been caught or hasn't done really bad shit yet. The reason that they complicate all these things, they give so many different names to the same thing. Conduct disorder is another one. Narcissists, I believe, are really just, I don't think you can be a psychopath or sociopath without being a narcissist. So it's just all these fucking different things to muddy the water, make it very hard to follow, understand, and really diagnose. And also, it's that thing that society has these days where they want everyone to have victim mentality. They want everyone to be a loser, and they want everyone to believe that there's something wrong with them, so they can make excuses for why they can't do this and why someone can't talk to them like that and all that sort of shit. Just divide and conquer, and just, you know, de-evolution is the name of the game. But this clip was recommended to me. Like I said, I researched psychopathy, sociopaths, and I came to the conclusion that they're just the same thing. And then I'd never heard anyone say that, but I got recommended this clip by this guy called Limmy. He's a streamer now, but he was he is a very famous comedian by Scottish standards. And yeah, on this stream, just out of nowhere, he says the same thing that I came to, and it wasn't long after I came to it. So I just thought, okay, well, I guess if this smart guy is right, then I'm right too, because you know what they say about great minds. Anyway, so I just play the clip.
I'm sorry, my lord, but for me, Skalitz isn't a tale of adventure to share over a tankard of ale. All right?
So he's playing this game. He's got a chat going, which we can't see, but someone in the chat rightly points out that this guy is a sociopath, aka psychopath, aka narcissist, etc., which triggers him.
Never mind.
Actually, anyway. I hate that word trigger. Though ironically, the word trigger triggers me.
Anyway, it's too late to go anywhere today. But tomorrow we set off at first light. Got it?
Glib, yes, shallow, sir. Controlling. Yeah, I can see it. So someone in the chat here says,
"Guy's a sociopath." Fucking get me started on that sociopath part, man. That's another thing. That's another thing. It used to be psychopath, and now we've changed it to sociopath. It used to be sketch, now it's fucking skit. But they're different things that they fucking know. I read it somewhere that sociopath is this, and a psychopath is the same fucking thing. It's the same thing. It's the same fucking thing.
It's like, yeah, it's like splitting hairs. Can I pause this? It's like when someone asks you what color white you would like your walls to be, and we've got eggshell and we've got beige cream, and it's like, yeah.
No. A pharmacy is different for a chemist, because just right.
Yeah, like just different, like making things more complicated than they need to be, and getting people to fight over nothing. It's, you know, it all works for the system.
Different for chips. Fries are different for chips.
I don't know about that. Aren't fries different to chips? Aren't fries like skinny? Whereas I probably shouldn't disagree with him. He's meant to be proving my point. Yes, fries are different to chips. That's right. Well, anyway, so just thought I'd throw that in there. Something I thought was amusing, and like I said, just a waste of time. But anyway, back to the video. Back to the point of the video. The psychopath testing. Okay, Truth Dog, out. Woof woof. Initially, I just wanted to do a "Are you a psychopath?" test, because I remember seeing this thing my friend showed me. She told me some YouTuber she watched who I said was a dickhead, and she thought he's okay, and she said he took the psychopath test, this same test that these psychopaths are talking about, And she's like, oh, like he scored really high. And she said she was answering the questions as she went along, and she barely scored anything on it, right? And she's my best friend. She's a great person. She's probably a better person than me if you go just by moral standards. But I would say, like, I'm definitely better, higher morally standing than most people. But you know, she's like a saint. And so she said, I want you to take this test and blah, blah, blah. And I took it. I didn't score very high at all. And we watched this video not long after. Hello, speaking of psychopaths. I'm just making a video right now. That's okay. It's okay. You've got food, you've got water. I already played with you, but if you want to just jump up on my lap, I'm just doing a video. I can't pause it. I can't PAWS it. Yeah, so what the heck was I saying? Yeah, so we watched this video with these guys who took the test, and it's just like, wow. I mean, if you just look at them, it makes sense that they wouldn't score low on this test, but it's pretty funny to see how shocked they are that they're psychos, because, you know, I guess these people are all deluded, as most people are. So we'll just go with this first. And also, well, I'll take the test in real time. It's been like at least a year since I've seen this. And I'll take the test as we go. You can take the test, and good way to get some comments out of you. Tell me how you did, how you scored.
Can people follow along with this test that we're going to do?
Oh,
for
yeah,
us
you want to
at
do a test?
home?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, let's do the test.
So all three of these guys look like, we'll just say they got high percentage of reptilian DNA. We'll just say that.
Yeah,
okay?
so
let's do the test. Let's
yeah,
find out
Trigger,
if we're
there's
psychos.
that fucking word again. Is that trigonometry? Is that meant to be a pun?
And let's find
Got the Nazi color scheme.
out if you're a psycho and you're a psycho.
people
And
can
you're a psycho.
follow
I
up,
can't believe he's calling his camera crew psychos. That's just not on.
with this
This
test.
guy's,
They can
I think has some kind of credentials as a psychiatrist. A lot of them are psychopaths themselves. Many pieces of shit get into the medical and mental health industries because they know they'll be around a bunch of vulnerable people they can bully and control.
play along as we go.
Do we need to make notes on our...
Probably they also, because they're mimics, they tend to mimic human behavior, study it, and then emulate it. So a lot of the time they'd be, you know, what do you call it? Treating people who are real people, TIs we'll call them, people with souls. And so they learn ways to how normal people act and think and emote, and it'll probably help them in their day-to-day life. Another thing about doctors too, especially surgeons, a high percentage of surgeons are psychopaths because they can stomach blood. They actually enjoy it, right? They're seen as good people, you know, by society, and that helps them get away with murder, literally.
phone
You
or
do.
tab?
So
Yeah,
what
cool.
you're going to need, you're going to need a piece of paper or a mobile phone. You've got
Yeah,
it there.
yeah.
Well done. Because what you're going to do is you're going to score. I'm going to read you out 11 items.
I got a score.
Okay. 11 simple items. These items all hypothetically describe.
Okay, I can do a better Beavis
as
and
a
Butthead.
person, okay. And what you're going to do, you are going to score each item according to how accurate a description you think this is of you.
All right, we
okay?
get how tests
And you're
work.
going to do it according to going from 0.
Okay, so 0 strongly disagree, 3 is strongly agree. So it's between 0 and 3. 3 is definitely, 0 is definitely not. 1 is a little bit, 2 is yes, sometimes, okay?
3.
Okay.
If you strongly disagree, 1 disagree, 2 strongly agree, okay? And I'm going to read through them. You're going to score it as we go along, right? Number 1, I rarely plan ahead. I'm a spur of the moment kind of person. I rarely plan ahead. I'm a spur of the moment kind of person. So 0 strongly disagree, just to recap. 1 disagree, 2 agree, 3 strongly agree. Number 2.
I am I'm not a spur of the moment kind of person, but I do like spontaneity. That gets into personality types because I'm an INFP / INTP, because sometimes when I take the test, depending on those personality tests, it literally fluctuates between F and T, and I can strongly relate to both INFPs and INTPs as well. ENFPs is sort of too, but for them, I am mostly introverted. So for that one, it would be either a 1 or 2. I wouldn't strongly agree that I don't plan anything. Like for these videos, for example, I get the links and everything together, right? But I don't know what I'm going to say. So that's like a 1 or 2. It doesn't matter. It's definitely not 0, definitely not 3. Cheating on your partner is okay so long as you don't get caught.
Cheating on your partner is okay.
So I don't have a partner. I've never had a girlfriend. So I would, but that aside, I would say 0. I'd say 0. Cheating is always wrong. That's a narcissistic thing, because one thing about narcissists is they don't really play to win. They play to make others lose.
Well, you don't get caught.
Look at the guy's face.
And whenever I do this with students in universities in large numbers, this is always
Whenever I do it with students, is what he just said.
the one where people are looking over their shoulder, seeing what the other person said.
Fucking
cheating on
sick
a
people.
partner's
Why are
okay.
people so like? Why are people so sex obsessed? You know, like why is it so hard for them to keep it in their fucking pants? Why is that the hardest thing? You know, for guys, I don't get it.
As long as you don't get caught. Number 3,
So that was like a 0 for me. Okay.
if something better comes along, it's okay to cancel a long-standing appointment.
See, that's not necessarily a moral question. I would say in general it's not okay to cancel a long-standing appointment. But if it's something better, and better could mean many different things, absolutely, you know, go for what's best for you. So either a 1 or 2 on that one. It's
Something
definitely
better
not
comes
something
along,
that
it's
you
okay to
should
cancel a long-standing appointment.
always screw people
Number
over. You
4,
know?
seeing an animal injured or in pain doesn't bother me in the slightest.
Strongly disagree, obviously. I was just trying to figure out, I'm trying to remember which one is which. So 0 for that. Driving fast cars,
Fast cars,
and
riding roller coasters and skydiving appeal to me.
I wouldn't say it appeals to me. I wouldn't say I dislike it, but 1, I guess. I mean, it can be enjoyable, it can be fun, but I'm certainly no thrill seeker.
Number 6,
I do value it's not really valuing my life, because I wouldn't mind getting the hell out of here in a split second. It's that whole idea of being fucking injured or crippled and having to go through this hellhole in a fucking wheelchair or worse. You know, it's already terrible enough being, you know, able-bodied in this shithole. Imagine fucking getting injured and having to live here.
it doesn't matter to me if I have to step on others to get what I want.
Look at these fucking sick reactions, man. You can just see the fight or flight, the reptilian brain lighting up. Doesn't matter to me if I have to step on others to get what I want. It does matter to me. I do not enjoy doing the wrong thing. I do not enjoy making other people. For me to get ahead while someone else gets fucked over makes it not worth it to me. Although it depends. If they're a piece of shit or if they're incompetent and I'm more competent, then it's a different thing. So 1 or 2. But I don't know if that would be stepping on others. So I guess I'd have to say either 1 or 0. I am very persuasive. I have a talent for getting other people to do what I want. I don't know. Let's see if that's true. Can everybody leave a like on this video? Can everybody leave a comment? Can we see if we could get 100 likes on this video? If that's the case, then maybe, I guess I'll have to say, what was it, 4? But I doubt it. I say probably very persuasive. I'd probably say 1.
1.
Did he just say 1? I guess it's
Number 8. I'd be good
I won't be seeing those 100 likes.
in a dangerous job because
I'd be good in a dangerous job because I can make my mind up quickly.
I can make my mind up.
I
quickly.
can.
Don't think too long about that one.
Probably a 2 or a 3. What's the highest again? Do you get points for being for getting? Oh, okay, 3. 3 is the highest. Okay, so 2. Although, you know, there have been instances where I've literally frozen in fear. So 1 or 2. We'll say 1 or 2.
Number. Find it easy to keep it together when others are cracking under pressure.
I mean, it depends. 1 or 2 again, not 3.
Number 10. If you're able to con someone, hey, that's their problem. They deserve it.
No, I can't do that. I just feel too guilty. There have been times where I have done it, like especially as a kid, just playing silly little pranks and things, and then just like just feeling like shit that I was able to get away with. Or like when I'm joking, I have a very sarcastic sense of humor, and I'll tell someone, I think that they'll be able to tell that I'm exaggerating and it's for humorous effect, and I'll tell them something that's not true, and they'll believe me, and I'll be like, wait, what? No, I have to tell them immediately, no, like I was just joking. I can't really maintain any sort of lie for any period of time.
And the final one, number 11. Most of the time when things go
so that
wrong,
was like a 0 or 1. 1, maybe, it depends. Most of the time when things go wrong, it's somebody else's fault, not mine. Don't pin it on me. Well, that's complicated. I mean, the world we live in, the way that we're targeted and whatnot, it does tend to go that a lot of the time that people do screw things up for you. But ultimately, I mean, if you trace the cord back to the wall, a lot of the time, it was you that got into that situation to begin with, or you that made the decision to be in the place or put yourself in the place. I'm not victim blaming. I'm talking about myself here.
somebody else's fault.
I will say I do have a tendency to maybe do that. So 1, maybe 2, but definitely not 3.
Mine. Don't pin it on.
Most of the time. Okay, so I'll say 1.
Right, so
There have definitely been times where I've
should have 11
like,
numbers on a page.
what the fuck? This wasn't my fucking
Gentlemen,
fault.
I want you to top that up and come to a grand total. Don't say what it is yet.
I don't know. So there are
What
11
total
questions.
there from?
Look, I'll say 11. I wasn't counting. Maybe you can tell me what I scored at home. Scored. But I'll say 11 because there are 11 questions. I know I said 0 and 1, but I said like more than 1 on some. So I'll say 11.
I can see why you never got the job on countdown, mate.
Maybe 12, okay?
You got yours, Constantine? Got yours, Francis? Yep. All right, now I'm going to go through, for the folks at home, I'm going to go through the little key on the spectrum so you can see what
Okay, so like I was saying, the psychopathy is on a spectrum that most people are on, and it ties into the fact that our DNA has been corrupted by psychopathy, which is reptilian DNA.
What we should say at this point is we're not diagnosing anyone here, all right? This is just a general...
I just want to skip ahead a bit.
Right, 0 to 11, you are low on the psychopathic spectrum.
So there we go. We'll say I scored 11.
Have either of you scored 0 to 11?
No, not even close, right?
Look at your face. Look at him. You can just see he's itching.
And these are just normal people,
right,
you know what I mean?
12 to 17, you are below average on the psychopathic spectrum. You're the first down. What did you score?
I scored 17.
Jesus fucking Christ. he's the highest form of low psychopathy.
That's on the high end.
I guess like this guy's like more of an alpha type, and this guy's more of a beta type, so that makes sense.
That's the
I looked into that shit too. What am I? No, I don't know how true that shit is, but what was I? The Sigma male, I think is what I am.
Below average and average, which is 18 to 22.
Which is me.
Oh, you're in there, are you? Okay.
Oh, just an average psychopath here.
What are you?
19.
19.
I surprised myself massively.
Oh, do you know what? I think was Piers Morgan 18 or 19? I think Piers might have been 18.
It's a prerequisite to be at least 18 or 19 to be in the entertainment industry, I think.
Well, I'm more psychopathic than Piers Morgan.
Well, I don't know.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I think you might be 1 point higher. So 18 to 22 is average. 20,
so I'm average.
You're average, yeah. Yeah, you can feel the tension rising in here. 23, or you would do anyway, if people are playing on at home. It'd be interesting if people send their scores in, actually. I don't know if they...
We can do, and, people can post their scores on our locals.
And also maybe what they do for a living. 3 to 28 is high.
Yeah, 28.
And 29 to 33, which is obviously quite rare, is very high.
And that's what that guy scored, Mr. Kevin Dutton. Dr. Kevin Dutton, my apologies. Okay, so that's a video. Try to keep it under 30 minutes, but that's the Are You a Psychopath test. Some thoughts there. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you found it interesting. Let me know what you scored down below. And what did you think of the video, Truth Dog? I thought it was really good. Maybe a little rambly as usual. I think you misspoke a few times. You probably said too many times, and maybe the editing was a little disjointed, but other than that, pretty good. And also, I think that everybody should go and watch How the Media Depicts Truth Is Now after they leave a like on this video. Truth Dog out. Woof woof. Thank you, Truth Dog. Truth Dog out.